Initiated the post-match press conference for Jamaica against the Dominican Republic in the World Cup qualifiers. We're joined by the head coach of the Reggae Boys, Emer Hallgrimsson, and joined by him is Croy Anderson, who is actually making his home debut today and his fifth appearance for Jamaica. Before we open the floor for questions, we're just going to get a few opening remarks. Firstly, from Coach Hallgrimsson, 3 points on the board. Your general thoughts for today?
Well, like in my pre-match press conferences, I said this Dominican team is a good team. If we are not careful, they can hurt us, and we needed to suffer at times. It's a very good job the coach has been doing with his team. We have followed their progress. So I want to first give them a lot of credit for their performance today. It's really an exciting team for the future. Our game, we should have finished it off, but when you are winning 1-0, it is always uncomfortable. It's an uncomfortable scoreline to be winning 1-0. It only needs a corner or a free kick and the ball goes in. So you never kind of feel relaxed. But we should have killed the game off with the chances we got. But apart from this, it was well above par or below par, whatever you say, not good enough. And we can do much better than we did today. But given a lot of these players are coming back from not playing, it was kind of given that some of them would not be ready for a competitive match right away. So we can for sure improve from this performance, but the most important thing is that we got the win, we got the 3 points, we kept a clean sheet, and that's the most important thing. Of course, we would have wanted to kill the game off, but that's in general how I see the game. What was needed to be done was done.
Thank you, Coach. And just a few remarks from Croy. So, Croy, your home debut, what was that like for you, the experience, and hearing the fans as well in the stands?
Yeah, it was a great experience. I enjoyed it a lot, especially coming on at 1-0. There's still a lot to play for, like still chances to create, and obviously the crowd was really excitable. So yeah, it was really enjoyable, and I enjoyed it. And the fact that we won made it even better. So yeah, on to the next game and try and get another win.
All right, thanks, Croy. So we'll open the floor now for questions. Please raise your hand and indicate, and we will commence proceedings. Let's start with Shoshana McGowan.
Hi, Coach. What you made of our final third, our decision making? I thought we looked the part, but when we went down, some of the decisions were a bit poor. What's your assessment of that part?
Attacking wise, we were very slow. Everything that we did was low tempo. We wanted, I think, in the second half we got better. We created more chances with build-up play and creation, but in general it was too slow for my taste. We are not used to playing, or these strikers, for example, with all their individual quality, are not used to playing in a two-striker formation. So we need just time to get them to sync a little bit better. But in general, with the ball, we were not good. We were slow tempo. Even defending first half was slow tempo. So we gave them the time that they needed to be good. So I would just say we need to up the tempo in everything that we are doing. But you are correct. Attacking wise, not good enough.
Thanks, Trish.
The player, what you made of your debut performance here in the office? Some adjustments were made, but what is it like for you vibing with the team and what you made against the Dominican team today?
When I came on, obviously we were 1-0 up, and I was told to just maintain the tempo and make sure that we keep playing forward and don't give them an opportunity to try and get back in the game. So when I came on, that was my main focus really, just to get on it, try and play forward when I can. But obviously it's quite warm and everyone gets tired quick, so you have to make sure we keep the ball before we just go forward and maybe lose it. So yeah, I think the team it was slow, but sometimes we picked in the second half a lot. We picked the right decisions when to go forward, and obviously Cephas on the left was beating their defender a lot, and we got down the right side as well. So I think in the end we created enough chances, but we just got to be a bit more clinical and more better with our decision making to score more goals.
Thank you very much, Trish. Let's go to Lige, and then we'll take some Dominican press as well.
Yeah, afternoon, Coach. A question for Coach and then Karoy. Coach, you mentioned the tempo of the team. You said it was a little bit slow. Do you think that also had something to do with possibly the shape in the first half? I noticed you made a couple of adjustments in terms of putting an extra player at the pivot in the second half. Do you think that attributed to maybe a more controlled second half, or do you think that it's strictly down to tempo for you?
Yeah, I think we could have done better just in tempo. We could have been more defensive, for example, but we wanted to play 2 strikers against them. Also, just thinking ahead to the Copa, this is one of our plan Bs if we need a goal, to play with 2 strikers and get the ball in the box, etc. So it's something that we need to drill, we need to give time, and sometimes things don't work out perfectly in the first time, but hopefully next time we do it, it will work better.
And Karoy, as a midfielder, you know, obviously you have a very important role, sometimes dropping into the pivot of the team, and you have to help with ball progression. Is that something that comes naturally to you, or you have to rely sometimes on the coach's instructions to know when to drop, when to push forward, and etc.?
No, I think I learned a lot of it. Like when I was younger, I played deep positions, and then as I got older, I played like higher positions. So I just take like certain aspects of each position and mold it all together, and I know like when to drop in or when to go high. So I think and with the players around me as well, I can learn from them and obviously see what position they're dropping in to get the ball and play forward and what decisions they make. So it's a bit of me, but obviously I can learn from the older players and more experienced players as well.
Thanks, Leger. English?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. Coach, Dilio Guerrero from Dominican Republic, El Rincón del Fútbol RD. What surprises you the most from the DR team?
They don't surprise me at all, because we spent a lot of time analyzing Dominican Republic from the first day the coach came. You could see the progress, and I give him a lot of credit for the job he has been doing. I think the team is getting more compact. He has clever players on the ball, and the only thing that is missing in his key is scoring goals. It's been a little bit lacking, but on the ball, in movements, defensively, they're quite compact and always improving. And it's just, I have to give him a lot of credit.
Any other questions?
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
Last one, Coach, just spoke about the tempo that you're not pleased. What would you say could be the contributor factor towards that?
Well, I mentioned for some players at least, their last game was down to 4 weeks ago. So, you know, you need some games to get the tempo going. That is one reason. Second reason is we play at 3 and it's quite humid and hot, so that slows the game down. The pitch was a little bit wet. And I would say as well, it's psychological. Maybe I'm underestimating this team. We try to warn that this is a good team, but maybe an underestimation that you can do it on a 70% or 80%. That's also something that contributes to a slow tempo. So it's probably a mix of many things.
Thanks, Roger. Chris?
Yeah, Coach, did you like the link-up play in the entire 90? Or was it a tale of 2 halves for you in terms of how well the defenders linked with the midfielders and the midfielders to the strikers or the forwards?
Didn't get
The link-up play, did you like it?
Yeah, I think it improved as the game went on, and as well we got in fresh legs in the second half. That helped us a little bit better to up the movement, quicker the passes, and they realised at half time they needed to step up. So yeah, it improved for sure as the game went on, and in the end we should have scored a few more goals, but
yeah, go ahead.
Ronald Adams, CVM Sports. Coach Hallgrimsson, you have the other Dominica team on the horizon this Sunday. What are you hoping to improve on the training pitch to put into play this Sunday?
well, we don't go much to the training pitch before that game. So there's only one session in Dominica day before the match. So we fly tomorrow, train the next day. So we are compensating the guys that played little. We are doing a training session now, so we just have a travel day tomorrow. So there's not much time we have on the pitch. But I will guess it would be a little bit different game in in regards to ball possession, so we probably have more ball possession than we have today. So for sure, we want to improve what we do when in possession.
All right, any other questions?
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead, Wayne.
Coach, a lot of what we did tonight came to Ronaldo Sifa. So what were your thoughts on his performance?
Well, he's surprising us always more and more. Incredible speed, and his confidence is quite good. So we just need to create space for him to use. And in games against good teams, when we are suffering, it's good to have a player like Sifas. But yeah, what impresses me about him is his personality. He's humble. He's hardworking. He wants to learn. So a lot of things that impresses us.
And one more, Coach. You said in the pre-match press conference that Shamar Nicholson always delivers, and he did again tonight. Speak to us about his goal.
No, it was a courtesy of Sifas that he got this goal. But no, it's like I said in the pre-match press conferences when I had the question that Shamar wasn't scoring in France, but I said and I say it again, he will always deliver for Jamaica. He will always be playing well and be the guy that pushes this team forward. So just big praise for him, and he fought well. He's a good leader. He's always growing in the team as a leader. So yeah, he will always deliver for Jamaica.
Thanks, Dwayne. Eddie?
Question for Karai. Karai, the new kit, how you liking it?
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. Good deals in this kit. They took some real time with making this one. So I really like it. My favorite color is green as well. So a lot of green in there.
That's it, Eddie. All right, Chris?
Yeah, Coach, again, I realized that Damian Lowe was pushed a little bit into the middle of the park as a defensive midfielder as well. Speaking about individual performances, judge what he did today.
Well, in the first half we were struggling, so he is important in this role when we are struggling. When we are playing good teams, it's good to have a kind of a bulldozer in midfield. So no, he is a versatile player. Again, he's a leader. He was the captain today, so he led by an example, like always. So yeah, really important player for us.
And do you think that there's going to be an exchange, because we see it somewhat with Joshua Kimmich for Germany, where he plays right back and also defensive midfield. Is that something also that you're going to do with Damian Lowe going forward, sometimes putting in that defensive midfield role and also the centre back role?
Yeah, you will see. We'll see. But it's good to have versatile players. We have a few players like Latipatier who can play a lot of positions. So it's good to have players like that if you want to change the system during the game without doing a substitution.
Thanks, Chris. We'll take one more from Roger.
Coach, Dominica was on the end of a 6-0 meeting last night. What type of mindset now that you will take going into that game?
Now, I think what we can learn from this game is don't go into any game in the World Cup or whatever competition with an underestimation in our minds. So we will take this game seriously. We have again spent a lot of time looking at them. They are good players. They came late to Guatemala. There was a visa issue, so it was a lot of things that contributed to this big loss. And they are hurt, and you always should be careful when you play against an opponent that has been hurt. So we will go there serious in our minds. We will put our strongest team for sure and try to win. And again, the most important thing is to win. The most important thing is to win.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Karoy. This wraps up the Jamaican end. We'll also have the Dominican Republic coming in quite shortly. Those who are traveling to Dominica, safe travels.